Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Student Showcase 2010. My name is Bob McFall, an Assistant City Manager for the City of Glendale and a board member for the Glendale Educational Foundation.
And my name is Mike Escalante, Glendale Unified Superintendent of Schools, and we're both delighted to host this evening's event.
About 2 months ago, Mike and I were given an option. We could either perform So Long, Farewell from The Sound of Music in our lederhosen, or we would be allowed to MC the event. Wisely, Mike and I chose, for your benefit and our own, to MC this event tonight. And believe it or not, this is the 5th annual Student Showcase, a very exciting event that features young performers from all over the Glendale Unified School District. We are lucky to once again be here at the historic Alex Theater, where we will be watching dancers and singers and actors and musicians from different grade levels and different schools. As we enjoy the showcase together, let's share our pride and our enthusiasm for our incredible students, our schools, and our community.
Bob, can you believe they're letting us do this? Pretty dangerous, huh?
I think it's...
A special thanks to the City of Glendale, the Glendale Unified School District, Glendale Arts, and who all together have come together to produce this very special program this year, once again.
So let's begin this evening's performances. Students at the Clark Magnet High School are producing films in their classes with Matt Stroop, a working animator, a story artist, and a commercial director on staff at the Clark Magnet High School. Matt brings his expertise to the ROP program at Clark, and his students come away with real-world skills that they can take directly into the workplace. This is career technical education at its absolute very best. We're excited to show you 2 commercials this evening by Joe Delgado and Max Dwyer, and a film trailer by Michael Aloyan. Michael won a gold medal in the Los Angeles County Regional Occupational Program Outstanding Student Competition this month, one of only 7 gold medals in the country. You may see his name in the lights one day as you see him tonight. We'll begin the first commercial, that will be by Joe Delgado.
Who's watching me? I'm just an average man with a life. I work from 9 to 5.
Don't find your money, let your money find you.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
While we're waiting to put the next video in place, let me tell you a little bit about Clark Magnet. Clark Magnet is a magnet school that serves approximately 1,100 students. Our principal, Doug Dahl, may be out in the audience and has done a remarkable job over the years building that school. It is known to be a STEM school, and what that stands for is science, technology, and education as being the focus of the program. Over the period of the last several years, Clark Magnet has been fortunate to be a California Distinguished School, a Title I High Achieving School, and a National Blue Ribbon School, which is a reward that's reserved for the top 1% of the high schools in our country. So it truly is a remarkable place.
Now we'll have the second commercial by Matt.
Are you tired of uncomfortable pants? Are your pants too ugly and itchy? Well, introducing the greatest pants in the universe from Toddland.
Hey, buddy, have you seen Mort?
Yeah, I think I saw him somewhere. Wow, these pants are comfortable.
Visit us online now. As in, right now. Just do it.
While we have a couple of minutes queuing up the next video, I want to make sure, and it wasn't part of the program, that I get a chance to thank Bob McFall, who's our Assistant City Manager and who is also retiring at the end of this year as well, for the remarkable work that he's done to reach over to the school district, and it's truly been a liaison, and it was through the efforts of Bob that this particular partnership with the city evolved into providing the theater for us tonight. So Bob, thank you very much. Thank you.
I certainly can't imagine a more important partnership in the community, what the community would expect between the City of Glendale and the Glendale Unified School District. Your students, our students, there's nothing more important.
They're all the same.
They are all the same. That's right. Okay, we are now ready. We'll have the final production from Clark Magnet. This will be a movie trailer by Michael Aloyan, and this is called Dark Eyes.
Over a bar fight? Come on, man. What's this really about?
They took the city from us.
Thank you, Clark Magnet High School. I can see there will be a continued path of these talented students reaching heights with such famous directors as Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, and Mike Mitchell. I guess two of those three are Trojans, aren't they, Bob?
I think you're right. I think you're right. All I can say to that is cool. Wow. Okay, we are now very pleased to introduce you to the very hardworking president of the Glendale Educational Foundation, Mia Lee.
Thank you all for attending today. Wow, I'm flabbergasted. Anyway, great start to the evening. I just wanted to say a few thank yous. We're going to keep this really short. Special thank you to the Glendale Association of Realtors, who have been supporting us from the beginning and are astounding in their support and ongoing, just not just financial support, but just, you know, being a part of all of our efforts. And we cannot do this without them, and so thank you very much. To the Glendale Arts, who provides not only this beautiful venue, but also all of the technical support backstage. These kids experience of extremely professional, what the professionals experience day to day. So this is something that, you know, if they choose, whether or not they choose to move forward with, you know, theater, something that they will see in the future if they turn professional, or, you know, something that they will never experience again. To the City of Glendale for actually recording, I think. One of our MCs mentioned that this show is being recorded, but also ongoing support from everything from the police officers who are out in the parking lot directing traffic to ensure the safety of our kids, to just taking part in our committees to make this event happen, to the Glendale Unified School District, who work with us so closely to provide the most important factor of this evening, the talent and the performers this evening. Absolutely. And special thanks, this is for the Glendale Educational Foundation, the committee chair, Jo Ness, and her committee, who worked so hard to put this together. To our producer, who has worked since this first started 5 years ago in the boardroom of the Glendale Unified School District office, Catherine Schwartz. And to who we lovingly call the voice of God, Mac Duggar, who acts as our stage manager. Thank you all, and also to our special MCs tonight, who are retiring, unfortunately, who have been great friends to me personally, to Dr. Michael Escalante and Bob McFall. Thank you. Enjoy the evening.
Well, thank you, Mia. Mia has been an incredible leader and an inspiration to so much of what goes on with the Glendale Educational Foundation, and ensure the proper enthusiasm and motivation is behind programs like this tonight. Mike, I think we now have the Horseman Ballet Folklorico, founded by Chrissy Padilla in 1995. In the past 15 years, hundreds of students have been able to learn about Mexican culture through dance. Chrissy, who is now a graduate student at USC, continues to share her love of dance with all. The troupe has performed at various locations and events, including the Los Angeles Marathon and Universal Studios. They are proud this evening to present two popular dances from the region of Jalisco in Mexico. Please enjoy with us La Negra and El Jaruba Tapatio.
Aren't they something special? Absolutely. You know, this group is just really another example of how so many of our staff members go so far out of the way to do activities beyond the classroom to provide students those extra kinds of activities that give them an opportunity to really understand their culture and become really full human beings. So we thank our staff for doing those things. Bob?
Thanks, Ms. Padilla, and all the students of Horace Mann. We appreciate your talent that was shared with this group tonight.
And now really a chance to change pace. Let's welcome our drama students from Glendale High School, but why don't we let the teacher introduce them rather than us, Bob? Mr. Mac Duggar, who is not only a talented drama coach, but also has done the stage management for the showcase for the past 4 years. He's backstage right now, and you heard his voice earlier. So let's make sure that we don't talk too long, because I'm afraid of the Mac attack. How about you?
I think we just had
Thank
an
you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce some students from Glendale High School Drama. These are advanced drama students, and they today, recently, I should not say today, but this week, wrote a performance piece in which they had to be an inanimate object. The two young ladies chose to be a very beautiful earring and a pair of Christian Louboutin shoes. Ladies and gentlemen, accessories.
Being an earring is supposed to be a glamorous job. After all, look at me. I'm bedazzled, lengthy, and my jewels sparkle so brightly in the light that they practically blind people. Oh, I love to be pampered. I love to be laid out in a pretty pink jewelry box, free to stretch out my sparkling jewels every which way I want. But this luxury soon came to an end. One day, I just happened to match that little black date night dress. Before I knew it, I was getting held up to a mirror, getting blinded by my own decor. And then came the worst part. Before I could manage a scream, I was getting shoved through a tight, dark black hole. I was on the verge of suffocation before this whoosh of air blew onto my metal. I was forced to cling onto that disgusting globe while my crystals dangled frantically about. And then I got tossed aside, getting caught on the edge of the bed while my significant other was entangled in bleach blonde hair, while that woman engaged in some sort of savage battle with another of her kind. From my limited viewpoint, I could see this poor, beautiful shoe struggling with the thong that was caught on her heel. Now that is no way to treat us accessories. At the end of the night, I was separated from my significant other and missing a crystal. But luckily I was fixed, and I'm shinier than ever. Stunning, just stunning. And let me tell you, the reunion with my significant other was quite sweet.
Oh my God, I have never been treated this way. When Christian made me, he caressed my silhouette very gently, and I felt the love. And then when I was on display, I felt expensive, elegant, and sexy. Until she walked in, threw money onto the cash register, threw me into a bag, and left. Next thing I know, I'm on her feed, she's dancing, having the time of her life. A couple of hours later, she's shredding clothes. Sexy is not shredding clothes. I'm sexy and hot. I'm the essence of fashion. I'm the one who makes staring at women extraordinarily sensual. I'm the reason why she got lucky in the first place. Do you think that man would have glanced at her without me? No, he wouldn't. I mean, just look at my snakeskin. Look at my red bottoms. Look at my sparkling silhouette. All I'm saying is, don't hate me and throw your bras in my sexy face. Love me. Wear me like you mean it. Because right now, I need to feel the love. All I'm feeling right now is the thong that's stuck in my elegant heel. And all I could see right now are the dazzling, sparkling jewels of the poor earring that's stuck to the edge of the bed. I mean, did you know that Latina singers write songs about me? I'm throwing on my Louboutins, I'm throwing on my Louboutins. Na, na. No? It doesn't ring a bell? No one? Well, watch me walk it out.
That's Guyane and Elmira. Give them a nice hand, please. They wrote those themselves. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to show you what we do for improv. Now, basic improv is very easy. And the first thing you have to remember about improvisation is, one, never refuse anything. And two, always, always think on your feet. For example, we do a simple exercise called ABA. A says a line, B says a line, then A says a line. And so we first introduce basic ABA. Here's Angie and Emmanuel.
Hey, Angie. Nice shirt.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Basic ABA, line, line, line. Now we can add something to it. For example, we would like to know the names of our performers. So here's Sophia and Ariana.
Hi, Billy. I love your face. Oh, Georgia, I love your eyes. Let's marry.
Okay. And then we can add other things. Here's Katie and Nellie. Nellie, Katie, I want you to find out names, time of day, and location.
Why, Nellie, according to my watch, it is 7 p.m. Why, Katie, according to these stage lights, we must be performing at the Alex Theater. Intriguing.
All righty. Now, we're going to try a little bit of What Are You Doing? This is where one actor steps forward, Angie, or Katie and Nellie, and one begins to do an activity and the other asks her what she's doing, but she cannot say exactly what she's doing. She has to make up something else. Well, here's an example. Katie, you initiate.
What are you doing? Taunting the Hulk. You're green. That's just weird. What are you doing? Honestly, getting my braces tightened? Wow, I had to do this myself. What are you doing? Buying a new bracelet. Man, this is gonna look so good with my prom dress. What are you doing? Ready. Painting my room orange. Wow, I love orange.
Green, painting, too much. You're out of there. Next one steps in. Angie, you initiate. Nice and loudly, go.
What are you doing?
Dodging bees. What are you doing?
Brushing my hair. What are you doing?
Performing heart surgery. What are you doing?
Slapping my feet. What are you doing?
Dancing to techno music.
It sort of looked like you were dancing to techno music. Thank you very much. You're out of there. Lastly, let's try these two. And Sophia, you initiate.
What are you doing?
I am shaving off this man's mustache. What are you doing?
I am putting on really tight pants. What are you doing?
I am watching this rocket go off. Oh my god, I should be an astronaut!
What are you doing? I am swimming the English Channel.
Not in a dog paddle, you're not.
What are you doing?
You're out of there. Ladies and gentlemen, Glendale High School drama. Give them a hand.
Thank you, Glendale High School, and thank you, Matt.
You're welcome. Now let's move it along, guys.
Yes, sir,
Here's
Mr.
Mr.
Stage
Stage
Manager. Yeah, this is scripted, you can tell. Okay, now.
Hey, I got the superintendent to agree with me.
There's more important people we need to recognize. And the next one that we'd like to recognize is the president of the Board of Education, Greg Kokorian. Mr. Kokorian has 5 kids with the Glendale schools, and he absolutely loves this event. Welcome, Mr. Greg Kokorian.
Hiding in the back. You know, it seems like yesterday, I moved here from Connecticut, and it seems like yesterday that the Board of Education came up with the Glendale Education Foundation with my colleagues Lina Harper, Chuck Sambar, Mary Boger, and Pam Ellis, and I initiated this. But on behalf of the Board of Education that's here today, Ms. Mary Boger, our past president, Jolene Wagner, our vice president, Christine Walters, our clerk, newly elected, and Ms. Naidi Nahabedian. It gives me great pleasure to recognize our team. But in all seriousness, we're here as parents and as community leaders to give our kids a fighting chance. In a selfish way, we want the best for our kids. And if we look at today's times with what's going on in Afghanistan and what's happening in our community and country, to have a moment like this where our kids could sing, perform, produce videos, and have this moment in time, we are truly blessed to have a cooperation of our parents, our teachers, our administrators, our city council, and our city manager, to give the best for our kids, and our past city council members too. It's important. But it's moments like this to see our children shine, and that's why we're blessed to be here in Glendale Unified. At this time, too, I'd like to recognize, as we all have recognized, our two fellows that introduced me today, who are two men who've given a lot of their time to our community, and that's Bob McFall and Dr. Michael Escalante. Yeah, they deserve a round of applause. No, they do. And you look at selflessness and its dedication, and it's having people that have given their time, like Chip Stone, John Sad, Eileen Givens, and the list goes on of people who have just given. And the whole thing, as you've seen the girls dancing and the performances that were done, it's all about the kids, not about us. So God bless you. Enjoy the evening, and we'll all stick together because we're going to share this responsibility and do the best for our kids. Good night. How do I get that done?
God, Bob, we've sure become popular since they found out we're retiring.
I know. It is throw the guy a bone on the way out. I know.
Every year, the music teachers in the Glendale Unified School District put together an honors orchestra program, and that doesn't get done until late in March. And this year, we're really excited to host them at this particular event, and this is the Elementary Honors String Ensemble, which is conducted by our Glendale music teacher, Karen Hayhurst. They'll be playing Hodaka Sunset by Keiko Yamada and Fiddles at Shady Gulch by Mac Williams. This is a remarkable group, especially from the standpoint of most school districts, because most of them have let their music programs go as a result of the most difficult financial times that school districts. So our board really needs to be recognized and applauded for keeping this music program alive. Mrs. Hayhurst does an incredible job with 27 of our students, 5th and 6th graders, really representing many of our elementary schools. So we want to thank her again for a great job.
Mike and I would like to take a minute to now recognize several elected officials that are in our audience. We want to express our sincere appreciation to them for taking time out to be here tonight and to support all of our students. I'd appreciate if these elected officials would stand, and when I call your name, if you could all hold your applause.
Can we get the lights up?
Yeah, we won't know right now if you're standing or not.
We can get the lights, or we've got candles in the district if we need candles.
First, and you're going to hear from this gentleman in a few minutes a little bit more about Ara Najarin, the mayor of the city of Glendale. There he is over here. And this is always a career-challenging moment, but I have been told that Ara is our only representative tonight, so if there's any other council members here, if you would stand, I appreciate Gabe.
Bob, how many more months do you have?
3 more council meetings, actually. 3 council meetings.
2 more board meetings for me, Bob.
2 more board meetings. We also have, as you've already heard, of course, Greg Kokorn, the president of the Glendale Unified School District. Joylene Wagner, one of the very enthusiastic board members. Mary Gover, whose heart and soul is with the children in this community. Naira Hayabedian and Chris Walters. Well, let's give a big hand to all of these officials here this evening. And I think it'd be fair, don't you think, to recognize Eileen Givens?
Absolutely. Is she in the audience?
Former member of
the City Council,
former mayor.
And also served as MC.
Served as MC twice.
Actually,
did our MC. Twice as MC.
Thank you.
She tutored Mike and I, so everything that goes right, you can blame on her or give her credit. Everything that goes wrong, it's just a lack of our skill. Well, thanks to all of you for all your hard work. And now, while we're making some changes backstage, I think it's time for us to take a little bit of a break. And I think, Mike, that you and I can think of a song to sing and something to do, to dance.
Gentlemen, how about we bring out some actors again, and you guys take a breath and work on your throat technique. Ladies and gentlemen, in a world of improv, anything is possible. What we're going to ask our actors to do now at this time is to simulate a hitchhiking situation. Emmanuel is getting in the car and starting it up. He's going to head down the road, and as he goes, other characters are going to appear and ask for a ride. The drill with this is the minute they appear, everybody in the car has to become the very same as the person asking for a ride. I think it'll explain itself as we get going. Okay, Emmanuel, start your car and get moving.
Can I help you? Dude, can I get a ride, dude?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Dude.
Man.
That.
Did you get a ride?
Running away from cops! Jail! Whoa, whoa!
And that would be time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as they clear the stage, we would like to introduce to you, for tonight's cultural event, Othello, the Moor of Venice. The prologue is presented.
Speak of me as I am, let nothing extenuate. Of one who's loved not too wisely, but too well. For never was there a story of more woe than this of Othello and his Desdemona. Desi,
Bob, can we get some lights, please?
What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Why are you on the
we left Claudia on his own to research this play. He must have looked up the word moor in the dictionary and thought it was a place where you tie up boats.
Which in this context is totally pea-brained. In the 16th century, the word Moor referred to a person of African descent.
I feel like such a dork.
Yeah, well, go with the feeling.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are obviously unable to perform Othello because the part is written for a black man, and we're obviously not,
Well, I mean,
I'm Asian, well, Pacific Islander. I'm a Filipino, but like, I'm kind of yellow-skinned and I eat rice and...
Essentially, we're
honkies, basically, is what we are. So, due to physical limitations...
We can do this. Just because we're not black doesn't mean we can't do Othello.
No.
I got an idea.
No.
It's better than the boats. Just kind of join in. Here's a story of a brother by the name of Othello. He liked white women and he liked green jello.
Oh, yeah. And a punk named Iago made himself a menace because he didn't like Othello, the Moor of Venice.
Now Othello got married to Desdemona.
But he took off for the once and left her alone.
It was a Mona.
A Rona. He left her alone.
He didn't write a letter and he didn't telephone her. Now Othello loved Desi like Adonis loved Venus.
And Desi loved Othello because he had a big sword.
But Iago had a plan that was clever and slick. He was crafty.
He was sly.
He was sort of a wimp.
He say, I'm gonna shaft the Moor.
How you gonna do it? Tell us.
Well, I know his tragic flaws is that he's too damn just. I need a dupe, I need a dope, I need a kind of a schmo.
So he found a chump sucker by the name of Cassio.
And he plants on him Desdemona's handkerchief.
So Othello gets to wondering just maybe if, while he be out fighting,
commanding an army,
a Desi and Cash playing hot the salami. Salami.
So he come back home and he smothered the witch.
And he thinks he pulled it off without a hitch.
But there's Amelia at the door.
Who we met in Act 4.
Who say, you big dummy, she weren't no whore. She was pure, she was clean, she was virginal too.
So why'd you have to go and make her face turn blue?
It's true.
It's you.
Now what you gonna do when Othello say,
damn, this is getting pretty scary.
So he pulled out his blade and committed Harry Carey.
Iago got caught, but he probably caught the plea.
Loaded up his bags.
And moved to Beverly
Hills, that is.
Africa!
Thank you. And that was Glendale High School drama.
The Jack's Educational Theater School, is a full inclusion performing arts program for children and teens. Participating students from Keppel, Toll, Hoover, Monte Vista, Mountain Avenue, Franklin, Glendale High School, and Incarnation receive professional instruction in each of the 3 disciplines of musical theater: singing, acting, and dancing. Which do we do best, Bob? Acting.
Acting. Yeah, acting.
The purpose of the group is to develop creativity, inspire self-expression, and promote self-esteem through musical theater classes and live performances. Tonight, they are presenting selections from their recent shows, including a preview performance from Alice in Wonderland, which will be performed on June 9th and 10th and 17th and 18th at the Toll Middle School Auditorium.
don't you want to throw the towel in? It's easier than putting up a fight. No one's there when you're treated acting creepy. No one cares if you grow or if you shrink. No one drives when your eyes get red and weepy. From the crying you would make this place would sing. Oh, empty belly life, rot smelly life, full of sorrow life, no tomorrow life. Santa Claus we never see. Santa Claus, what's that? Who's he? No one cares for you, a smidge. When you're in an orphanage, it's a hard knock life. You'll stay up till this stamp shines like the top of the Chrysler building. Or kill, kill, kill. Deck the ones who try to shed, but no fins. Jabber with a safety pin. Little pig droppings. Make a chick a picky fit. Nobody loves me. I love you, Miss Hannigan. Get to work. Skip that bit. I said get to work. Ah! It's a hard knock life for us Christmas. It's a hard knock life for us. Merry Christmas for you, Merry Christmas. When you're in an orphanage, it's a hard knock life. It's the hard knock life. It's the hard knock life.
I've been cheated by you since I don't know when. I made up my mind it's come to an end. Look at me now, will I ever learn? I don't know how, but I suddenly lose control. There's a fire within my soul. Just one look and I can hear a bell ring. One more look and I forget everything. Oh, Mamma Mia, here I go again. My, how can I resist ya? Mamma Mia, does it show again? My, just how much I missed ya. Yes, I've been broken hearted, blue since the day we parted. Why did I ever let you go, Mamma Mia?
Good day, young lady.
Good day, Mr. Wolf.
Whither away so hurriedly?
To my grandmother's.
And what might be in your basket?
Bread or wine, so grandmother might have something good to make her strong.
And where does your grandmother live?
Further in the wood, her house stands under 3 large oak trees.
Hello, little girl, what's your rush? You're missing all the flowers. The sun will set for hours. Change your time.
Mother said not to stray.
Look slowly, little girl, heart and hush. The birds are singing sweetly. You'll miss the birds completely. You're traveling so fleetly.
Mother said not to stray, so it's both a small delay. Grandma like no fresh bouquet. Bye, Mr. Wolf.
Goodbye, little girl. And hello. And hello.
You try. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. It's the bluebird on my shoulder. It's the truth, it's actual. Everything is satisfactory. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day. You see, I do feel a little better. Like a little better, girl. You got to try. Now say zip, zip. No, zip, zip. Come on, zip, zip. No, zip, zip. That's it. I say zip, zip, zippity-doo, zippity-doo-dah-day. I say zip, zip, zippity-dah. Now that's do-dah way. Do-dah-do-dah, 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 do-dah-do-dah. Zippity-doo-dah-day, oh, zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Wonderful feeling, whoa, 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 wonderful day. Zippity-doo-dah-day, zip.
Mike and I got to stand off stage and just watch all that. You know, our script says certain things that we're supposed to say, but some of that just can't be scripted. I mean, they're just incredible. Don't you think, Mike?
Absolutely, absolutely, Bob. It's a thrill to be back here.
Thank you very much, Jack's Theater. These students are certainly becoming triple threats in the acting world, singing and dancing and acting like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers and Gene Kelly, don't you think?
Now hold on there, Bob. I think everyone knows that we're retiring. We're later in our career, and we don't have to give away our age. Can't we talk about Jennifer Lopez and Beyonce and Will Smith?
I think that's better.
Okay.
I think you're right.
Okay.
I think you're right. Well, you do know that since I'm retiring, the best is yet to come. What's the first place that you think of planning to vacation in your retirement, Mike?
I think it's New York, New York. And do you know, that's my kind of town. I didn't write these lines.
I didn't either. I didn't either.
Hey, kid. Who are you?
Well, I don't know. Who are you, kid?
Okay, Andrew.
There's supposed to be a kid that we're saying, who kid are you?
Sorry, fellas. Hit it, Darren. Out of the tree of life, I just pick me a plum. You came along and everything was starting to hum. Still, it's a real good bet, the best is yet to come. Best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? You think you've seen the sun, but you ain't seen it shine. Wait till the warm-up's underway. Wait till our lips have met. And wait till you see that sunshine day. You ain't seen nothing yet. Best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? Best is yet to come, come the day of mine. Come the day of mine. I'm gonna teach you to fly. We've only tasted the wine. We're gonna drain that cup dry. Wait till your charms are right for these arms to surround. Think you've flown before. poor, but baby, you ain't left the ground. Wait till you're locked in my embrace. Wait till I draw you near. Wait till you see that sunshine place. Ain't nothing like it here. Best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? Best is yet to come the day of mine. Come the day of mine. And you're gonna be mine. I'm gonna teach you to fly. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have another big hand for Frank Sinatra.
No,
Andrew Criticus.
Is he a senior?
He's a senior at Glendale High School. is
I
what
sure hope he
understand.
shows up for graduation on time.
I hope he does. He's the president of the a cappella choir and of the chamber choir. And what do you think about his graduating now?
Well, I think that those kinds of outstanding students are graduating from all of our schools here in Glendale. We're proud of them all.
At this time, Dr. Escalante, I think that you would like a few moments to say a few words that are actually unscripted.
You really trust me, Bob?
I do.
I've got a group of 5 nervous board members that are sitting in the back right now. Really, this is my chance to thank the Board of Education for the opportunity to serve in this wonderful community for almost 7 years now. So board members, Board President Greg Kerkorian, Vice President Joylene Wagner, Clerk Christine Walters, and board members Mary Boger and Naha Bedian, thank you. To the great teachers in Glendale Unified School District, you've done a remarkable job during my time as superintendent, and I thank you for your hard work and absolutely making a great difference in many, many students' life. To the administrative staff, who have learned over a period of the last several years, as Mrs. Boger says, to make bricks without straw. So despite declining resources, and numerous challenges, they've done a remarkable job guiding each one of our schools. To our classified staff, thank you. You're really the heart of support and what makes our schools go. If there wasn't somebody to man the front office and make sure the lawns were mowed and make sure that our classroom teachers were supported, we wouldn't have near the success if it weren't for those classified people. And to the student and the families of the Glendale Unified School District, protect your schools. Our school district is one of the many jewels that makes Glendale a special place. I was just talking to Bob a couple minutes ago backstage about a home that he was selling in the La Crescenta area. And repeatedly, buyer after buyer, first question they ask, are my children going to get to go to the Glendale Unified School District? So, Bob, is there anything you'd like to say?
Thank you, Mike. There are a few comments I'd like to make. My actual farewell comments to the city council are going to be reserved for another time, although I do want to acknowledge our mayor, Ara Najarian. Ara, you've been an incredible leader and an inspiration, and I've had the opportunity to work for a number of city councils and for a community at large that needs the services of the Glendale Unified School District and of the city of Glendale. And it's been an absolute privilege for 33 years to be able to be in a position of service. I can think honestly of no calling that is any more significant than being there at the will of people who need you to be doing your best, to be creative, to be courageous, and to be doing simply a job, to be providing the services that the community needs. We are grateful and incredibly fortunate to have city councils and a school board that their total interest is about the community. And it's been my privilege to be able to be here for 33 years to serve in that role, and in particular the last few years to work on the Glendale Educational Foundation with some of the absolutely finest people that you can imagine, who their total sole interest is a selfless interest to ensure that our youth, our kids, have the best possible opportunities to close any gaps that there might be between limited resources that come in from the state and from other sources, and to close the gap between quality education and the funding that is actually provided to that. And it's been my honor to be able to work with them. And I am particularly grateful for the generosity and the graciousness of Dr. Escalante for sharing the podium up here today, and also many conversations about the future of our youth over the last numbers of years. Michael, I've dearly appreciated that.
Okay, next act. Our next performers are the Columbus Choir, a musical theater group founded in 2004 by Glendale teacher Nancy Pozo Jones. This after-school program for beginning and advanced music students from grades 3, 4, and 5 teaches students how to combine music, song, spoken dialogue, and dance as they perform in various productions. They will be singing A Spoonful of Sugar, Let's Go Fly a Kite, and finally, Feed the Birds, featuring soloist Isabella Vidovic.
Every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun and smack the jobs again. And every task you undertake becomes a apostles look down as she says her ways. Although you can't see it, you know they are smiling each time someone shows that he cares. Her words are simple and you listen, listen, she's calling to you. The birds, tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a
That was just absolutely a remarkable performance. Hey, Mac, I don't be too upset, but I think that these incredibly talented students, they're headed off for Hoover High School, I believe.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. Hoover's got a great program, but also 3 words: intra-district transfer.
Wait a minute. Don't look at me, Mac. I'm retiring. The guy you have to look at, and let's see if I can find him in the audience. Can you turn up the light for a minute, Mac? Get a light. Is Dr. Richard Sheehan, our new superintendent, sitting in the back? Dr. Sheehan, I think Mac will be in your office soon. But I do want to introduce Ara Najarian, Mayor of Glendale. Ara has been a steady supporter of the Glendale Educational Foundation, and we very much appreciate his participation at whatever event goes on in the district as well as with the Educational Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and pleasure to share this stage with such great talent. And of course, I'm talking about the children, but we do have to recognize the talent that we have before us here, Bob McFall and Superintendent Escalante. And we have to give them one more big hand for all the work they've done for the city and our children. I don't know where we would be without them. The city of Glendale is proud to support this student showcase, along with our partners, the GUSD and Glendale Arts. And the Glendale Education Foundation supports so many programs in our schools, programs that might not otherwise be presented and provided due to these tight budgetary constraints. I'd like to issue congratulations to all the parents in the audience, all their teachers, all the administrators, and especially all the kids who practiced so hard and rehearsed to make this great showcase a reality. And you know, we talk about a resurgence of the arts in Glendale. That's really one of the focuses of the City Council, and we're sitting at ground zero of that resurgence, physically, but also spiritually. You can see the great talent that we have, and I'm confident in the years to come we're going to have great singers, dancers, performers, and actors coming right from these children that we see before us. So thank you all very much. Best of luck to you in the future.
Thank you, Mayor. We appreciate all the work, and I say that this is a personal endeavor of our mayor, of our Najarian, to be involved in these activities and to be supported, and we appreciate it very much.
Hold it, guys. I have a
Andrew.
friend here who wants to sing.
Okay.
You know something?
Andrew.
I did it my way. See you guys.
I'm too young for tears in the night. It's too soon for this to be right. I don't wanna mess with your pride. The question's not when, but why. Love you in slow motion. Take my time. Take away the pressure on my mind. Really get to know you. But I wanna love you in slow motion.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was Abdiel Lewis, a Glendale senior and a choir officer of the a cappella choir and the chamber choir. Her song was originally performed by 19-year-old Karina Pazayan, a Grammy, you want to say that part? Grammy-nominated American singer and pianist of Dominican and Armenian descent. In 2006 and also in 2008, this song was nominated for the Best Contemporary R&B Album Grammy for First Love. I expect that our very own Abdiel Lewis will be headed for great success just as well.
You know, Bob, after working with you up here, I'm surprised how hip you actually are. You really are a plethora of information. Speaking of hip, wait till you see this next act. It really is cool. From Thomas Jefferson Elementary School, we're honored. We've got some fans from Thomas Jefferson here tonight, I think. From Thomas Jefferson Elementary School, we're honored to have second-grade students from the Armenian Heritage Foreign Language Academy program, guided by teachers Armine Kambabian and Ida Iguzian. These students are learning 2 languages at the same time, and they'll be performing Imanushik Hayastan, My Fatherland. That wasn't too good, was it? My Fatherland, Armenia, and Ima Bet Brutsun at our school, directed by Anahi Rostami, and accompanied by our own principal, Greg Krikorian? No, Greg Moshigian. Moshigian. I get my Gregs mixed up. But I mean, that's how multi-talented our principals are. They're not just being principals, they're also running the music programs now. So please welcome the second grade chorus from Jefferson Elementary School.
Dare
Absolutely incredible. You know, Mike, I do believe at Jefferson Elementary there's actually another teacher too, Lenora Pisco, who's also involved with the students and guiding in this music program. And I knew that all your students were outstanding, as you know, proven by this course. But you also have your administrators playing the piano in here, doing double duty. Do you have other administrators and teachers that do that kind of thing?
Well, I'm not quite sure about that, but I certainly know that our Glendale Unified School District community is dedicated to make sure that students have the opportunity to excel in the arts. As a matter of fact, before we introduce the last act of the evening, we want to remind you that tonight's showcase has been put on as a result of the efforts of the Glendale Educational Foundation, a nonprofit organization that exists to provide enrichment programs for Glendale Unified School District students. The foundation works with local businesses and organizations and individuals to raise funds for our schools and our students. As you leave the Alex tonight, we hope that you'll help by dropping a little something into the baskets that the Educational Foundation members are holding in appreciation and support. Now, that little something we hope you put in there is cash. The foundation, we appreciate your efforts, but please don't forget also tonight to validate your parking permit, your parking ticket in the lobby for the Orange Street Garage. So as you leave, please help us continuing to make the Glendale Educational Foundation the ongoing success it's been.
Now, Mike, I've been told that actually they can drop their credit card in there and they'll just take the remaining balance of whatever hasn't been charged up. Is that true also?
Bob, not a problem.
Okay,
Not a
so
problem.
if you don't have cash, don't worry. We can just take
leave
the
your credit card.
balance of the credit card and we'll take that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know all evening long there's been some spectacular entertainment. You're in, though, now for a particular treat. So our next group is the Hoover High School Studio Jazz Orchestra. You're ready. This, as you know, is an award-winning troupe that travel all over the country and actually travel all over the world. Led by the very celebrated Greg Kupta, the Hoover Jazz Orchestra was just this past February 2010 the top award winner at the Puerto Vallarta Jazz Festival. Tonight they will be performing Belliard Cha-Cha by Pete Escoveda. Please welcome the Hoover High School Studio Jazz Orchestra.
Este ritmo, tú lo quieres, ven conmigo, así se toca este ritmo, y si se puedes, a bailar a cha-cha. Este ritmo, tú lo quieres, ven conmigo. Se toca este ritmo y si se puedes a bailar a cha-cha. gusta este ritmo, tú lo quieres, ven conmigo, así se toca este ritmo, si se puedes, a bailar, a cha-cha, a mí me gusta, y tú lo quieres, y si se toca, y si se puedes.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it for the jazz band. And I think we have Craig. Craig's going to come out here for a minute. He didn't know he was going to. It only just seemed appropriate. He's either coming right here. Let's hear it for Craig. This is the master behind all this music.
Thank you. Craig is also retiring, sadly, but we'll be here in the community.
Yeah, I'll be in the community, walking around. So.
And we'll expect you to come back and participate in some way next year.
I will be. I'll be back. Okay,
all right, thank you, Craig.
Let's see if we can get Mia out here.
Yeah.
You know what?
Get Mia out.
We need to get Mia out.
Come on, Mia.
Mia.
Come on.
Mia.
Let's close this up.
You know, this is the end of the performance again, Mike.
It's the rose between the two thorns.
It is the rose between the two thorns. I think every year just gets a little bit better and better.
Better and better. This really has been a wonderful evening. We want to thank all the performers. What incredible talent. All the teachers who really put in countless hours preparing students for the performances. To parents for their encouragement, carpools and costumes. And to our generous showcase sponsors who make this event possible each year. So drive carefully and have a good evening.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.